Hello everyone, this is Javamonk, and welcome to episode 16 of the series that I call Nostalgia Trip. So, I've spent a few days off camera, kind of working on this witch farm, lighting up the area all around, and also AFKing. So far, so good. It's not much, but it's at least renewable. We're steadily getting some redstone, so I'm okay with that. There must be like 1 or 2 spots in the witch farm that is able to spawn mobs other than witches, which just drives me insane, because this is exactly the same case as, okay, every single witch farm I have ever built has had this situation, where mobs other than witches can spawn. Drives me insane, because I've watched YouTubers like El Mango and Mumbo Jumbo and all them. They have witch farms that spawn only witches. Why is it I am cursed to have witch farms that spawn things other than witches? So what I want to focus on this episode is this rail line right here. On a serious note, I wanted to be able to stop at the witch farm, and that way whenever I want I can just take the rail line to and from the witch farm instead of going all the way to the Nether fortress, which is where this rail line goes. And on a less serious note, I want to work with, nodes. Node blocks. I'll show you what I mean later. Let's implement the mini train station here first. So also what I want is, I want the train station to be activated on a detector rail. So let's see. How the heck do you craft a detector? Detector rails and activator rails are one of the few crafting recipes that I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah. I just don't craft enough of them to actually memorize the recipe. I know that the activator rail involves redstone torches, I think, and the detector rail involves a pressure plate, but I can't remember which kind of pressure plate or anything like that. Good grief, why is the game so laggy? That's weird. Okay, to make this kind of train station, we need to put in a normal rail here, and then make it curve, so that we do something like this. There we go. So this is where we're going to put our detector rail, and then we place a rail there, and let's put that netherrack back. This will work. There. That's not going to work. What was I thinking? There's a reason I brought a second regular rail, so that I can do this. We can go boop, and netherrack, and a button. There we go. That way the detector rail doesn't interfere with this launching rail here. So what we actually need is for this rail to be going the other way. So we need rail there, regular rail, and that. So if the system works as I imagine, when the minecart goes over the detector rail, it's going to automatically make the rail go the other way. And so, actually I don't want it to do that. I want this to be lever activated, I think. Whoop. Yeah, I think I want this to be like button or lever activated. Uh-oh. And that way I can decide to, like, yeah, I think that'll be a good idea, because that way I can decide to go from the witch farm back to the regular nether portal if I want. So I'm gonna need to get another button. Actually, I can craft one. Just like this. And I need another block, about one of those. There we go. Oh. Are you kidding me? Stupid normal rails making me overcomplicate my redstone. Jeez. I mean, seriously. This is what you have to do when you have rails that go the wrong way. Okay. Are you for real? Oh. Because this button is currently powering the rail, and what it needs to be doing is this. There we go. Okay, now the button works. So, I can hop in a minecart and go off to the... there we go. And we can head off to the normal Nether portal, or at least back to home. And now that we're here at the witch farm, what we can do is push this button and then push this button and be off to the Nether fortress. There's a reason I avoid taking that rail line, and it's precisely because this... blew this up too. Gee, thanks. Yeah, this is why I don't like taking this rail line. It's because it is just obscenely dangerous. Which means, if for whatever reason I'm taking that rail line to the... from the witch farm to this Nether fortress going this way, I am doing something pretty silly. Well, are you kidding me? Ghasts are the worst. And of course the rail got destroyed too. Ghasts are the reason I hate the Nether so much, in case you're wondering. So, yeah, they're worse than creepers. I'm just gonna, flat out, worse than creepers. So, on this rail. Unbelievable. So in either case, since if I'm ever taking that rail line directly through the Nether, I'm doing something pretty silly / stupid. So what I want to do is I want to make some note block music that kind of plays alongside the minecart track while I'm... Oh, looks like there was a minecart already up there. I want to have some note block music that plays along with the tone of doing something really silly / stupid. The note block music that I'm going to be playing is this song. That is the song Yakety Sax, played with various note block instruments that are available in 1.6. Now, weirdly enough, I've never gotten the drive to actually make note block music until now, which is kind of ironic considering that there's so much fewer note block instruments in 1.6. In case you're wondering, here's what the song, unedited, sounded like. That might have sounded better, but we're here in 1.6, which means we don't have access to fancy things like a flute. So we're going to go with the loopable version that was 10 seconds long. Here I am in update 1.12, and I really hope this didn't just completely destroy my save toolbars, because that would really suck. But I'm just going to go with the assumption that it did not. The reason I'm here in update 1.12 in creative mode is because the Minecraft Noteblock Studio program export in MCEdit schematics, which means I now need to go into MCEdit. Oh man, I miss this program. I really, really, really miss this program. Like, I miss being able to fly around in the world. And then, I mean, I know I'm using a really, really, really old version of MCEdit, but just check this out. I can select Yakety Sax, and then blammo. And let's see. And I can nudge with Q and Z because why not? Let's copy the air. We don't need to copy biomes. And let's go import. Bam. Check this out. Yeah, yes, the movement's weird. Yes, everything's ridiculously weird and things show up as locked chests, but you know what? That just makes it all the more fun. So now what I need to do is select this whole region like this. Oh man, it's been so long since I've used MCEdit. I still remember how to use it though. The selection's kind of weird, but it works. Let's see. Got everything right? Yes. Okay. So I got to select, and then what I can do is push the Analyze button. And what that'll tell me is how many of each resource that I need. So like how much redstone wire, how many repeaters, how many locked chests, which is weird, how many note blocks, things like that. Although I think I'm just going to go directly into the world and do this part myself because, well, MCEdit tells you all kinds of stuff that you really don't need to know. Like things that are just kind of worthless. Like just how many different rotations of repeaters there are. I don't care. All I care about is how many repeaters I need to craft. And like magic, it just shows up. How awesome is that? Okay, so let's see. Looks like things didn't go right, but huh. That's weird. But that's no problem because I can just hop back into MCEdit, export differently, and then just hop into my files and select Yakety Sax Loopable, and then go blammo. And then while we're at it, let's line this up to directly override. So we can go boop and boop like that and nudge. There we go. And overridden. All right. Let's see what happened. All right. We're going to turn looping on, and that way we can hear. So I did some calculations based on the video clips, and I'm going to need 3 loops of this. So on the minecart track, it's going to sound like this. There you go. That is what it's going to sound and look like. So all that's left to do now is to, well, see just how many resources this takes to do. So this also includes figuring out just how much of this is actually, how many of these resources are actually being used, and how many are just there for, how many were just imported for the sake of looking nice. Let's see if I remember how to do slash fill. Replace cobblestone. Uh-oh. Whoopsie. All right, we finally got some resources. So, yeah, this is just one loop of the Yakety Sax note block thingy. Like, Yeah, 6 stacks of note blocks for 12 seconds of music. That's insane, but that's the Javamonk way. We don't skimp on resources. I mean, I moved the freaking mansion across the sky using like, I don't know, like 12 shulker boxes full of trapdoors. Yeah, I'm not messing around when it comes to ridiculous projects. This is definitely going to be one of those ridiculous projects. So the idea is I'm going to have the music start here from this button, and I'm going to surround all the note blocks in redstone with cobblestone. That way, if any ghast does decide to spawn, it's not going to blow up the note blocks. I don't want it to blow up the note blocks. That would be, well, replacing rails is already kind of a pain. I don't want to also be replacing note block music, because this redstone is hyper precise and not something I want to be doing. Not something I want to be replacing all the time. So let's see if I can figure out how to even do this. To reiterate, I have never made note block music before. So here we go. We gotta place. So according to Note Block Studio, first gotta place a dirt and a note block and click it 8 times. Oh no. Lag's gonna make it really hard to tell. The lag's gonna make it really hard to tell how many times I've clicked the note block, isn't it? There we go. And also gotta watch for ghasts on a small render distance. Why did I think this was a good idea? Okay. So now we need to put a repeater on 2 ticks for the delay. At which point we're then gonna need to at some point split into 2 different layers for the note blocks. So let's see. Here we need another harp. Oh boy. So I'm using dirt for the harp noise, for this noise. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So, what the? Hang on. What? Okay. What is... What is going on? This makes no sense. It's like this. Sometimes this repeater exists, sometimes it doesn't. So weird. We have like a bunch of notes now, so yeah, at the very beginning of the song. So I'm thinking I'm gonna end a lot of this note block music is actually gonna end up going underneath the railway a little bit. Like I might actually have to move the railway a little bit so that it's not a total pain in the butt. Now, in case you're wondering why I have the note blocks laid out like this in like multiple branches like this rather than just putting redstone on top of the note blocks, it's because when you put redstone on top of the note blocks, you see, I'm punching this. Normally this would play the note, except here it doesn't. And that's because you can't put stuff on top of note blocks and expect the note to actually play. So, yeah, that is why I have this laid out in branches like this. Now, in total, there are, I think, pretty sure at the maximum, there's going to be 8 notes being played at once. So, 3 can be handled by this repeater, 3 can be handled by this repeater, and then 2 handled by this repeater, and then we can put the cobblestone casing around that. Yeah, I think that'll be a nice sane approach to do this. I'm not gonna build the exact same thing as the MC Edit schematic. Forget it. That thing's also like very well built so that it like wraps around and it's like designed for you to be able to ride along nice and slowly. Here I'm gonna be riding on a minecart at top speed, so I want this redstone music to be able to keep up with me. Okay, we actually have a somewhat substantial amount of notes now in place. So the note block music comes all the way out to here. It hasn't... So one of my big concerns now is that the minecart would be too slow for the music. So let's see if that's actually a problem. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna get out of sound range very quickly. Oh boy. So I think one way we can solve that is by making the redstone for the notes kind of bend this way, kind of make a big old turn, like make it bend this way and then come around this way. And yeah, I think that might be a good approach. I'm sure you can imagine just how stressful it is to be building something highly flammable and highly explosive in the Nether when you can actively hear gas just non-stop, and you have render distance so low that you can't even see the gas coming. But I'm building anyway, just building away. If any gas does show up, it's just gonna blow everything up, but I mean, really not much I can do. Oh dear, Pigman stole my minecart. I have my Silk Touch pickaxe because I goofed up with I goofed up with some of the glass placing. I think I'm gonna dig this out first, just in case I lose my Silk Touch pickaxe. There we go. And then go. Yeah. Okay. That's always stressful. It's always a little nerve-wracking. Because you never know if you accidentally if you're gonna accidentally hit the pigman or actually break the minecart. Oh no. Oh, this is exactly what I was trying to prevent. Oh! Where is that ghast? Over there? Of course. Get out of here. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. This is... Yep, all it takes is one gas explosion. You know what? I think I'm gonna try to repair this, and then I'm gonna take a little break. This building in the Nether, just in general, is just not good for my mental health. It's just not good. Just one problem. The gas explosion happened right at the point that I decided to try to save on repeaters a little bit, and basically just tried doing some stuff with repeater tick delays. And that means that, first of all, you have staggered note blocks like this. And also, it is now, if any repeaters get blown up, or note blocks get blown up, it is literally impossible to retrace. Or at least, it's just not worth the effort. So, that means I basically gotta start over after every gas explosion. And the point that I gotta reset to is here. where I first started working with repeater delays. Oh dear. This is not going to be fun. Not in the slightest. Okay. So it looks like I basically have to start over from scratch. This is my life now. Yep. This is what building is gonna look like. Let's make the Nether more fun by making it more dangerous. What sick idea of fun is that? Seriously. In case you're wondering, that was an hour and a half worth of work, all undone by one ghast explosion. And the worst part is, it's a ghast. It's not even a creeper. Creepers at least blow themselves up when they blow up. Ghasts? I am this close to just setting the difficulty to peaceful for this episode. Alright, everybody. It's official. For the sake of my own mental health, difficulty 0. For this episode, for this one project, the difficulty will be set to peaceful. I don't have to hear any gas around. I don't have to deal with gas explosions. I don't have to try to move pigment out of my way of the repeaters. And also, that means I can now set my render distance even smaller and hopefully be less laggy. On another note, I added some more redstone under here, so that way, when I push this button to go to the Nether Fortress, I basically have an automatic delay circuit, so that way it'll just automatically launch the minecart with one button. That way I don't have to press a button, then turn around and press a different button. None of that. Just press one button. Okay. Building this should be a lot easier now that I don't have to deal with gas or pigment or anything like that. I mean, having one directional repeaters is already annoying. Yeah, this is too much. The Nether is too much for me to handle. I am hereby admitting that now. So while I'm building, I'm also putting in a cobblestone roof and kind of casing around the whole note block music structure. That way, even if a ghast does decide to shoot a fireball in here, it's not like... The only real way that a ghast can actually damage this thing is if somehow it blows up the floor, which, I mean, if a ghast manages to blow up underneath the floor, well, we got bigger problems, so I think it's okay. So, what I want to do is, okay, we have rail lines turned off. I'm going to real quick ride this minecart track and show you what I have so far. Here's the minecart. Yeah, notice how I also put away my food and stuff like that because, well, on peaceful mode, food is useless. So I put away my sword, bow, and clock and food because I need space in my hotbar to make note block music. Here we go. That sounded awful. Okay, when I wrote this off camera, it sounded really good, actually. Like, it sounded exactly like Yakety sax. Okay, let's try this again. Huh. It's like redstone doesn't work properly when I'm on camera. That's frustrating. I really wanted to show this off. Oh, okay. Fun fact, I've just spent the last, 4 hours straight playing Minecraft. I'm a little like lightheaded and a little woozy, but you know what? I'm having so much fun, especially now that the difficulty's at peaceful. I forgot just how much fun it is to just play Minecraft for several hours straight with no breaks or anything. Yes, it's unhealthy, but you know what? It's awesome. I'm gonna attempt to show off what I have right now. Here we go. Okay, I'm guessing it's gonna sound much better. I'm guessing it'll sound much better as soon as I turn off the camera. And the first loop of the note block song is done. Finally. It's been, I think, 6 hours, 5 hours since I switched to peaceful mode. Yeah, it's been a little insane. But here we are. This is the first loop of Yakety Sax. And strangely enough, we are actually very far along this rail line. It's actually much farther than we're like way farther along this rail line than I initially like estimated. I estimated we'd be kind of farther back than this. Like one loop is about a third of the rail line, but this is like more like halfway. Kind of interesting. So anyway, what I'm doing now is taking some cobblestone and putting a roof over all these note blocks here. So, and actually what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set the render distance to its maximum. That way we can actually see the whole thing in all its glory. This giant cobblestone box over the rail line. And we're going to write it and see, well, hear what the music sounds like. Huh. Sounds like the note block music is too fast. It's faster than the minecart. Oh well, that's okay. So I think I can fit one more loop of Yakety Sax into this minecart track. And in fact, I've already crafted the note blocks to be able to do it. In fact, I've crafted enough note blocks to make another 2 loops. That's another 14 stacks of note blocks, because one of these loops is like 7 stacks of note blocks. But I think I'm actually kind of exhausted of this of this project. This was insane. I'm just gonna throw that out there. This was insane. I actually can't believe I even got it done even this quickly. But yeah, it definitely would not. I definitely would have probably given up halfway through the episode had I not switched to peaceful, because yeah, this project is officially insane. But there we go. We now have a nice solid casing around these note blocks. Let's maybe see if we can put in some more cobblestone without cutting off these redstone lines. And that way we can have, let's see, I can probably place one here. Yes, I can. Okay. I think that's protected enough. So, once again, let's ride the minecart track. As we head back home to finish off the episode, I'm looking at my inventory and realize that I really actually didn't use up any of the redstone dust that I thought I would be using. Huh. Guess I didn't need it anyway. That's actually a good thing, because for the purposes of this project, I basically bankrupted my redstone resources, so it's good that we still have some left. So here we go. As promised, difficulty is now being set back to hard, so we can continue playing as normal. Yeah, that was an insane project. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though I did kind of intentionally make it easier on myself. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you did, please let me know. And I will see you next time for, I guess, possibly more Yakety Sax? Who knows? See you next time.